Inside the AHSAA, your weekly look at Alabama prep athletics. Brought to you by Russell Athletic, Wilson, Team IP, Cadence Bank, Coca-Cola, Encore Rehabilitation, and AL.com.
Welcome to Inside the AHSAA. I'm your host, Luke Robinson. This week we'll be taking you through everything going on in the world of Alabama high school athletics.
The summer break is finally over for AHSAA schools, but that's old news to many high school football, volleyball, cross country, and swimming teams that have begun practice already. The high school football season will kick off officially the weekend of August 30th with more than 200 games. But first, the season kicks off unofficially with the 7th annual AL.com Champions Challenge Football Classic, which is August 24th through the 25th. The Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association host the three-game event at newly renovated Cramton Bowl in Montgomery. The preseason classic, which does not count on any of the school's season records, kicks off on Friday night, August 24th, with Class 5A power Spanish Fort and Muscle Shoals squaring off at 7 p.m. The Toros won the 2010 5A state crown and finished 9-4 in Coach Mark Freeman's first year as head coach last season. The Trojans, meanwhile, were 11-2 under Coach Scott Basden. A doubleheader will follow on Saturday, August 25th, with brand new Central of Clay County facing Beauregard at 5 p.m., followed by 6A juggernauts McGill, Tulane, and Northridge of Tuscaloosa at 8 p.m. The contest for Central will be the school's first ever. Don't expect the Volunteers to be intimidated, however. The school was formed by the merger of Clay County and Lineville in Clay County. Both teams reached the semifinals of the 2011 state playoffs with a combined record of 22-6. Clay was 12-2 and Lineville was 10-4. Head coach Steve Giddens said his squad has almost 100 players out for the team this year. The players are really adjusting well, he said. Giddens himself is a 1980 graduate of Clay County. The coaches of both staffs are now working as one, he said. Clay head coach Chris Herron is now the Volunteers' defensive coordinator. Beauregard was 10-2 last year and has a big group of starters returning for Coach Smitty Grider's Hornets. McGill Tulane reached the 6A quarterfinals last year while finishing 11-2 in Coach Bart Sessions' first year as head coach. Northridge is coached by Mike Smith and had its best season ever last year, going 10-2. The AL.com Champions Challenge will be broadcast live over the AHSAA radio network. The three games will also be televised live by Raycom and can be found at the following portal: www.theahsanetwork.com/browse/upcoming, as well as Raycom websites of TV affiliates WSFA TV 12 in Montgomery, WBRC 6 TV 6 in Birmingham, WAFF TV 48 Huntsville, WDFX TV in Dothan, and the AHSAA Sports Network. Daphne beat Clay Chalkville 24-21, Hueytown down Thomasville 36-27, and Hamilton nipped Sweetwater 38-35 in last year's 6th annual AL.com's Champions Challenge.
We'll be back with more Inside the AHSAA in just a moment.
With over 40 years of combined experience, SignSource is the premier sign supplier for Central Alabama. From illuminated and monument signs for your business, to banners, car wraps, or political yard signs for the individual, SignSource can do it all. We specialize in designing sign concepts that get results. Contact us today at 256-825-0197 or on the web at signsourcenow.com. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Customer service continues to be priority number one for Lee Apparel. Keeping with this mission, Lee Apparel is proud to announce the unveiling of the new website, leeapparel.com. Customers now will be able to go and shop for corporate and athletic apparel, customize their own design for these products, and order all at the click of a button. Whether it be for a club at your school, the youth group of your church, or helping to promote your growing business, leeapparel.com is the fun and simple way to get the job done. Designing your own t-shirts have never been easier. Check out leeapparel.com today.
When AHSAA high school football teams don the full gear on August 9th, some new regulations will be in place regarding the health and safety of the student athletes. No longer can schools hold unlimited two-a-day practices. The new AHSAA regulations prohibit two-a-day practices on consecutive days and require one of the two practices to be in shorts, helmets, and shoulder pads only. There must be a 4-hour break between the end of the first practice and the beginning of the second practice as well. And finally, schools need to remember that heat precautions they need to follow in practice and in games. According to NFHS rules, game officials may grant a heat timeout anytime during the contest when it is warranted. As a matter of procedure, the AHSAA instructs the referee to make this decision. The AHSAA will mandate the heat timeouts being called during the first dead ball period after the 6-minute mark in each of the 4 periods. These mandated heat timeouts will be used during the first 3 weeks of the season and may be extended if conditions warrant it. The AHSAA website has several guidelines and other tips for health and safety concerning heat that can be useful to coaches in all sports. Go to AHSAA.com for more information. You can now follow the AHSAA news on Twitter at AHSAA Updates.
Thanks so much for being with us this week. Hope to see you next week on Inside the AHSAA.